we're holding assumptions as development practitioners or funders of development and climate action about the way scale can happen, about the way we can approach collective problem solving. And for a long time, Didi was pointing this out, unfortunately, funders especially wanted to believe that we could take a transactional approach or that we could accomplish our objectives without, say, truly co-creating with the host country governments and community stakeholders and others, when that takes a lot of work and that also takes a lot of time. And so there is this sort of built-in bias, wanting to believe that we could accomplish our objectives with what's measurable, with, as you used the word, easy. It was a perception or really, but wasn't true, right? This sense that it would be easier if we just focused on a transactional approach. We're now in a moment of rupture, it's been described as, cruel dismantling of U.S. aid and the unraveling of the finance architecture as we know it. Could not have happened in a worse way, and at the same time laid bare a lot of these suboptimal beliefs. And now there's an opportunity to ask, what is it that our partners, host country governments and their development partners, want to believe going forward? So what I'm hearing, I run a nonprofit that builds coalitions. We often facilitating flows of intelligence information, engaging with different stakeholders to ask what's the gap between what's happening and what needs to happen. And what we're hearing is that there's a desire to better honor country agency, to build trust and cooperation, to move beyond transactional coordination and more towards a model of collaboration where all kinds of actors, government, philanthropy, multilaterals, and others can contribute by leveraging their comparative strengths in concert, right? And there's a wanting to believe that we can accomplish more with less, but that also means that we have to work in a more joined up and integrated way. So all of that means that we need to embrace a more transformational approach to scaling. Now, maybe what I'll just say about the way forward is that, and this comes back to the word convincing, as you know, it's very hard to just change someone's beliefs. You try to shift what people believe and it tends to backfire. Small amounts of disconfirmatory information tend to make people angry, right? And what's interesting right now is that there is a new emerging desire to believe something different. And if we listen, there's a chance to shape a narrative of scaling that is grounded in what our partners are calling for, rather than push something onto them.